If you've ever caught yourself saying, I'll write my book when I'm more ready, when I have more time, more experience, more clarity, this is for you. I'm Blake DeVos, founder of Impact Group Publishing, and today I'm breaking down the real cost of waiting and why the perfect moment you're hoping for is not coming. The truth is, you're never fully ready, but you are always capable. And the longer you wait to write a book, the more opportunities you're going to leave on the table. So today I'm going to show you how to shift from hesitation to momentum and how you can start building your brand, authority, and impact right now with the right system. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to this video training. This is more of a mindset video and it's how waiting to feel ready is costing you your book, your brand, and your impact. Basically, I'm going to run you through just this training. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. There's really no action steps apart from booking a 30-minute call at the end, but I will run through this with you, okay? Now, if you are a coach, consultant, or an expert, and you've been telling yourself that I'm going to write my book, I'm really going to write my book. One more day, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be ready. You know, you keep thinking, I'm going to be waiting till I'm more experienced, waiting till I'm more confident, more clear. This is going to be the training that you need to hear because you are never truly ready, but you are always goddamn capable. And if you are a business owner, and just think back to when you started your business, because you never were ready when you started your business, but over time you put in the reps, and when you put in the reps, you start to believe and you start to actually know that you're capable, more than capable. Okay. So today I'm going to walk you through why waiting for the perfect moment to write your book is the biggest barrier between your ideas and the impact you're meant to create, and how starting now changes everything. So ready is a myth. Now, I speak to a lot of aspiring authors, and most aspiring authors, they don't delay because they lack skills. They lack even the time or the content. They delay because they don't feel ready. Okay. They think they have to be at a certain point to become an author. Okay, but the thing about ready is always a moving target. Ready, it shifts every time you try to chase it, and ready never arrives. Okay, now I've worked with business owners and experts in their industry who've waited even 10 years to write and they still didn't feel ready. Okay, but I've also seen people with 6 months of momentum create books that transform their careers and transform their life. The difference is they chose to start because they felt ready. They chose to start, before they felt ready. Okay. And what waiting to feel ready really means. Now, when someone says, I'm waiting to feel ready, they're usually feeling, let's remove this one out of the way. They're usually feeling there's self-doubt involved. So I'm not confident in my message yet. All right. Fear of judgment. So what if people don't take me seriously? Then they're questioning their values as well. Is my story even worth telling? And then there's one that I actually had before I wrote my very first book, or even my second and third, is a perceived lack of credibility, which means I need testimonials. I need more results first. But the insight is you don't need readiness. You need willingness, a willingness to explore, a willingness to be imperfect, and a willingness to grow through the writing process. Okay. Now, how does writing your book create the clarity you think you need? So when I first wrote The 6 Pillars of a Rewarding Life, I did not have a business. I didn't have a brand, or I didn't have idea to impact in my Impact Group Publishing business that I do now. But what I had was something to say and the courage to put it into the world. Now, that book didn't just change the trajectory of my career, because I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a business before that, but it changed me as a person. It shifted how I saw my ideas. It shifted my skills and my potential. And just to be clear, how well that shifted my skills was that I actually went on to write a best-selling book called Evolve Your Skills off of the back of that very first book. So your book is going to change you personally and professionally. Okay. But for me, to be honest, without that first book, there isn't no Impact Group Publishing. There's no Idea to Impact program, no brand, no YouTube channel, no Idea to Impact podcast, no authors inside my program being published. Okay. So readiness is often perfectionism in disguise. Now, when we say we want to feel more ready, we mean this. We mean, I want it to be the perfect time. I don't want to look like an idiot, and I don't want to deal with judgment. All valid reasons, but writing a book is not a perfect performance. Okay. It's like if you've got a business, you're putting in the reps, you're constantly failing and you're constantly taking action to keep leveling up. And then all of a sudden you become more capable and you start learning from those lessons. Okay. Writing a book, like I said, it's not a perfect performance. It's a process of refining, a process of growing and continually evolving throughout. Okay. And truth is, your first draft is going to be messy. Your outline will shift. Your tone is going to change halfway through. That is super normal. And the people who never finish are the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones willing to be imperfect. And the people who finish aren't the ones who had it all figured out. They're the ones that are willing, to be imperfect and the ones willing to move forward anyway. Because your book doesn't need to be ready. It just needs you to be real. The best books, they're not encyclopedias. They're real experiences, real transformations, real solutions. You have a problem that needs solving. Okay. So you help other people solve problems, right? That is going to be all in your book and you're going to package it in your unique way. Right. So think about the authors who impacted you most. Were they flawless? No, they were authentic. Right? You get to know a bit about them. That's what creates that authenticity. That's what creates that connection. Your reader's not waiting for your perfect version. They are waiting for your real, honest, and strategic guidance. All right. Now, the real cost of waiting, though, every day you delay, someone else stays stuck. Okay. That someone is with a problem that you could help them solve. That without the shift your story could create as well, or without the transformation your expertise could deliver. Now, if your book can heal, guide, inspire, transform someone, waiting is not a neutral, it's a cost. Okay. If you've always wanted to do it, you know the idea inside you can help someone, it then becomes a cost because you're going to be thinking it for the rest of your life in the back of your head going, oh, I should write that book. And meanwhile, like I said, the people that you want to help, they're missing it. They're missing out on it. So it all comes down to how you think about writing a book, your mindset. So how writing a book transforms you. I want to put it into this perspective. It sharpens everything. You think clearer. Your voice becomes stronger. Your business vision, especially if you're using it to create income in your industry and more impact, your business vision becomes so big. And that's what happened with Impact Group Publishing. Once I wrote Publish to Impact, I was like, fuck that. I'm just going to create an entire system and program to help experts in their area become best-selling authors in 6 months, because that's exactly what I did. And I know the impact that it had on me. And now I'm seeing the impact that it's having on authors inside us. So, I've seen clients walk inside Idea to Impact unsure if they had anything valuable to say, but they walked out with a complete book, a framework, a new offer suite, and a stronger brand. Writing does not serve just your readers, is going to build that next version of you. Okay. So what happens when you stop waiting? If your book existed 12 months from now, I want you to imagine more aligned clients finding you, more speaking opportunities if that's something that you wanted to do. Because not everyone wants to speak on stages. That's fair enough. But a book is usually the gateway to speak on more stages, right? You've got something to say and you've got your own framework. What I love is people who want to build a course, create a podcast, or a service product from your chapters, a brand built around your framework and expertise. That's something that I've done. Idea to Impact, which is what I've called it. All my frameworks inside my book, Publish to Impact. It's all there, but people want that support. So I created the brand around it, right? So one decision leads to momentum and growth, but the other, staying stuck, that is going to lead to another year of, I'll get back to it. I'll do it. I'm almost there. I'm almost ready to write a book. All right. Now, if you do feel stuck, start small. So if you're nodding along, but you're unsure how to begin, here is a simple plan. Write one paragraph this week. Anything you want to say, right? You can voice record one idea. You can either do it while you're driving or walking. Then list 5 client questions. And if you don't have a business, list 5 questions that you hear often from people inside your industry who are looking to have that problem solved. And how would you answer them? Okay. They're not big writing tasks. They are momentum builders. They're going to get you thinking a bit clearer in the direction that you can take with your book. All right. So if you are waiting to feel ready, you'll be waiting a long time, because ready isn't a moment. It is a myth. right? You don't need permission. You don't need 10 more years of experience, and you don't need the perfect 40,000 word draft manuscript today. But all you do need to do is just begin. You have something important to say, and someone out there cannot wait to hear it. All right. So if you are ready to stop waiting and start building the book that is going to change your trajectory, create more impact, income, and influence in your business, in your life, I'm inviting you just to book in a free 30-minute idea to outline call. You don't get sold anything. This is a no stress situation. In the call, we're going to map out your entire book structure in half an hour. It is moving. It will do move quick. So we're going to get clarity on your message. We'll map out your entire book structure, and you will leave with a roadmap for your book. Okay. So thank you for joining me on this video training today, and I will chat to you on the next one. Here's the bottom line. Waiting for the perfect time to write your book is a myth. It's not readiness that's going to move you forward. It is willingness. If you want my help turning your book idea into a clear strategic outline, so you can stop overthinking and start creating real momentum, book your free idea to outline call using the link below. In just 30 minutes, we'll map out your entire book idea so you can move forward with clarity and confidence. See you on the call.